Being an NFL head coach is one of the toughest jobs in the world. You constantly have to deal with big name football players and also the pressure of winning a Super Bowl every season. A lot of owners and GMs have high expectations when they hire their coaches. A lot of those coaches don't live up to those expectations. Today, we're going to take a look at the NFL coaches that'll be on the hot seat for 2018. The first coach we're going to talk about is going to be New York Jets coach Todd Bowles. He had back-to-back years of 5-11 seasons, and I know he hasn't had consistent quarterback play from anybody on their roster, but at a certain point it comes to where you have to say enough is enough. I know they just drafted Sam Darnold, so this year might be a free pass because he has a rookie quarterback, but I don't believe he'll be the coach to develop Sam Darnold. They were one game away from making the playoffs in his first year, but since then they've gone downhill. Back-to-back seasons of 5-11, like I said. I feel like if they don't win at least 8 games and at least make a playoff push, this will be his last year as the Jets head coach. Next is Green Bay Packers coach Mike McCarthy. His last 2 seasons, he went 10-6 and 7-9. Last year, with Aaron Rodgers getting out and missing a majority of the season, I think that really exposed the Green Bay Packers. It shows that they don't have a team besides Rodgers, and I think that's a lot to blame on the coach. They did have a good draft this year. They went corner and corner in the first and second round. Top talent in Jaire Alexander and Josh Jackson, but there's that pressure for them to win. I think if they don't win the division, and that's going to be tough because the NFC North is a very tough division, I can see them moving on from Mike McCarthy because, like I said last year with Aaron Rodgers missing games, it proves that it's not really the coaching staff that runs that team, it's Aaron Rodgers, and they could probably be successful with anyone coaching. Next on the hot seat is Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett. His last 2 seasons, he went 13-3 and 9-7. Yes, last year there was Ezekiel Elliott with the 6-game suspension that really affected him, but he's been a coach that a lot of people think of when they think of the Cowboys. They don't think of him, they think of Jerry Jones. I think he's a guy who you could replace and you wouldn't be missing out on everything. He's not a very vocal coach. He doesn't seem to have a strong force on his team. Therefore, I see him being on the hot seat. If they don't make the playoffs, a wild card or division or whatever, I can see the Cowboys firing him this season. The last coach that I have on the hot seat for this season is Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott. I know that seems pretty crazy, but one of the main reasons I think he might be on the hot seat is the decision he made in the middle of last year to bench Tyrod Taylor for Nathan Peterman. A lot of players in the locker room said that they didn't like the decision, and it proved to be a bad one with Nathan Peterman throwing 5 interceptions against the LA Chargers. Then, you made that decision to play Peterman. Obviously, you had confidence in him. Then, in the draft, you move up and you draft Josh Allen. The offseason, you signed A.J. McCarron. You don't really have a quarterback that you want, and you got rid of Tyrod Taylor, who was okay, average at best, as your quarterback. I feel like with those decisions and just adding quarterback after quarterback to your roster, I feel like if it doesn't pay off and if Buffalo doesn't make it back to the playoffs or at least have an above 500 season, it could cost McDermott his job. I'm Will the Thrill, and those are my coaches that are going to be on the hot seat for the 2018 season. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at WTT Football Page. We'll see you next time.